Flip-flops. Previous session we have seen RS flip-flop and D flip-flops. Here we are going to see JK flip-flop, master slave flip-flop and T flip-flops. After completing this session, you will be able to explain the operation of JK flip-flop, master slave and T flip-flops. A JK flip-flop is a refinement of RS flip-flop, and the invalid condition S is 1 and R is 1 of the RS flip-flop is defined in the JK flip-flop. The inputs J and K behave like inputs S and R to set and clear the flip-flop respectively. When inputs J and K are both equal to 1, a clock transition switches the output of the flip-flop to their complement state. The J input is equivalent to S input of SR flip-flop and K input is equivalent to R input of SR flip-flop. This basic operation of the positive edge triggered flip-flop can be if J is 1 and K is 0 on the positive edge of a clock pulse, the flip-flop sets, and if it is already set, it remains set. For the next condition, when J is equal to 0 and K is 1, on the positive edge of the clock, the flip-flop resets, and if it is already reset, it remains reset. For the next condition, when J is 1 and K is 1, for the positive edge of the clock, the flip-flop changes its state to the complement of that. That means the flip-flop toggles. The next condition, when J is equal to K is equal to 0, for the positive edge of the clock, the flip-flop does not change. If it is set, it remains set, and if it is reset, it remains reset. The J and K inputs of the JK flip-flops are synchronous inputs because data on these inputs are transferred to the flip-flop's output only on the triggering edge of the clock pulse. This can be seen in the truth table of JK flip-flop. Here the clock signal is given only as the positive transition. That means from low to high transition of the clock. Q is the output and Q bar is the complement of output. When J is high and K is low, the Q output goes high on the triggering edge of the clock pulse. That means the flip-flop is set. When J is low and K is high, the Q output goes low on the triggering edge of the clock pulse and flip-flop is reset. When both J and K are low, the output does not change from its prior state. It will be remained in the previous state. When J and K are both high, the flip-flop changes state, and this is called the toggle operation. Master slave flip-flop. It's a combination of two JK flip-flops connected in series. The first is master, which responds to the positive edge of the clock, and second is slave, which responds to the negative edge of the clock. The result is that the output changes during the 1 to 0 transition of the clock signal. Here is the block diagram of master-slave flip-flop. The information present at the J and K inputs is transmitted to the master flip-flop on the positive edge of the clock pulse and is held there until the negative edge of the clock pulse occurs, after which it is allowed to pass through the slave flip-flop. During the positive edge of the clock, the J and K inputs of the master is reflected in the outputs Y and Y dash. In the negative edge of the clock, this Y and Y dash acts as the inputs for the slave, and there you will get the output of as Q and Q bar. What the master is doing in the positive edge is repeated by the slave in the negative edge of the clock pulse. Next is T flip-flop, also known as toggle flip-flop. This is a variation of JK flip-flop where both the J and K inputs are tied together. When input T is equal to 0, the output Q does not change its state, and when T is equal to 1, the output Q toggles its value. This is the block diagram of the T flip-flop. T is the input and here is the positive edge triggered clock pulse, and Q is the output. This characteristic table of the T flip-flop shows when 0 is input, there is no change for the output. When for the 1 input, it is the complement of the previous state of. There are some special inputs for setting or clearing the flip-flop asynchronously. They are known as preset and clear. Preset is for initializing the flip-flop and clear is for clearing the contents. They affect the flip-flop on a negative level of the input signal without the need for a clock pulse. These inputs are useful for bringing the flip-flops to an initial state prior to its clocked operation. So in this we have seen JK flip-flop, which is a variation or refinement of RS flip-flop, and master slave flip-flops, which is a combination of two JK flip-flops, and T flip-flops where J and K inputs are connected together. Now it's time for questions. The JK flip-flop is set for the input combination J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0. Next, invalid condition S is 1, R is 1 of the RS flip-flop is defined in dash flip-flop, defined in JK flip-flop. Next, present state of JK flip-flop is 1. By applying J is 1 and K is 1 at the inputs, what is the new state of the flip-flop? If both the inputs are 1s, the new state of the flip-flop is the complement of the existing state. That means complement of 1 is 0. In master slave flip-flop, slave is master is positive edge triggered and slave is negative edge triggered. When the J and K inputs of a JK flip-flop is connected as a single input, it becomes a T flip-flop. That's all for today. Thank you.